What's up, everybody? This is Danimal Cannon here, and I wanted to show you my newest piece of gear, the custom Lunaria printed Game Boy. So this was done by the good folks over at retromodding.com, and they printed the Lunaria album art on the Game Boy itself, and it looks killer, absolutely killer. So just to show you some of the awesome details, so they were even able to print in the speaker grill, that's depressed in there, and they were still able to get into there. And then I don't know if you can see this hair wisp over here. That is literally smaller than the width of a hair. The detail they're able to get and the resolution that they're printing at, absolutely killer. And then the fact that they've got the color matched buttons here, and even the color matched link port cable and power switch. And then not just that, but they can print on the back. Yeah, that's killer right there. So I don't know if you can tell, but this is a custom made Game Boy shell, meaning that this is not an old Game Boy that they sort of repurposed. They repurposed the CPU and stuff that's inside, but the shell is something they made themselves, and it's like a translucent white. You can kind of barely see through it. Really cool. There's nothing like that exists except for the custom stuff that they're making over at retromodding.com, and this thing is killer. So some of the really small details, you got your white backlight. I've got some bright lights shining on here because I really wanted to show all the detail. You could see this backlight in daylight, no problem. They've got 4 white LEDs. I find that white backlights tend to have the best contrast when you're, viewing this sort of stuff. That's my preference, and also white Game Boy, so you got to get white. And then also they have the Pro Sound mod, which essentially, the headphone output of a Game Boy naturally is at the wrong impedance for really loud PA speakers. You get a really bad signal to noise ratio, so somebody invented something called a Pro Sound mod, which is essentially just a cleaner out. And I'll show you an example. So another Game Boy I have over here, the old way that everyone does it is through a surface mount where you sort of drill a hole and then screw this on there, and it works, but sometimes this will get a little bit loose, and you have the rough edge right around there. So what Retro Modding did, and I think they actually invented it when they were called Apeshit Mods. I think they changed over to that at some point, but they came up with their own PCB. I don't know if you can see the detail here, but they have their own little board that they made themselves that handles the headphone out, and it's a bit more stable because it's a mounted on a board piece as opposed to just a couple wires hooked up to a jack that you screw in here. I think it's cleaner, it looks better, and it's more stable. So I've actually been using mods like that for the past 7 years now. This is a Game Boy that I've used live for a long time now. I really love the that sort of mod for the headphone out. I just think it's better, and it is made by the same people, except they're called retromodding.com now, and this has lasted me forever with no problem, and I'm really excited to break this out at shows. Man, look at that glass. That glass is just perfect. Completely new. Oh no, I got a fingerprint on there. Oh, killed it. But they gave me the this wiping cloth so I can clean it. Came with a sticker. Pretty cool. They actually gave me an extra screen protector, which is also pretty rad. And then they also have these cool neoprene cases that you can store your Game Boy in to make sure that they last a really long time. So I think they made something really killer here. Man, it is kind of blowing me away seeing the artwork on here. I thought they made a killer Game Boy here, so I'm really excited. Break this out at future shows. Speaking of future shows, I'm going to be playing in Toronto in November. I'm an idiot and don't have the details in front of me right now, and I'm also using my phone to record this, so I can't look them up in front of me. But in November, a show just announced I'm going to be playing in Toronto, and I've got some more Canadian appearances happening later this year, so stay tuned for some Danimal Canon shows, and maybe you'll see this beautiful boy over at a show near you.